Okay, so I'm coming to you today. During this process, I've been very transparent. Today will be one of those days. There is no eye makeup, no moisturizer, no lip gloss, no lashes, and no eyeliner. Just me, straight, raw, and uncut, unfiltered, if you will. Began this journey the second time around, January 2021. Was supposed to have been sleeved in December of 21, and they kept procrastinating with my CPAP machine, by which they came out of nowhere with towards the end of the summer. And then they were on back order. If anybody ever been through the process of waiting for a CPAP machine, they're saying that they're on back order and there's a wait. So I did not get my physical machine, I think, until like January. And then it was a hard time with me using the machine because at the time they were still on COVID protocol and everything, and they didn't really have time to call you in the office to show you how to use it. So the lady pretty much walked me through like a 5 or 10 minute tutorial, if it was that long, over the phone. But anywho, got past that. All my other tests and everything was completely already done. Shout out to Metro for that, because they did handle all that other stuff in advance. So I was a little bit glad for that. Fast forward to surgery. Surgery day was May 4th. I got the VSG. I have yet to be able to pronounce what the hell the V mean, but I got the VSG surgery, and I've been sleeved as of January 4th, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. I've been sleeved for 8 months. In that 8 months, I have saw a tremendous change in myself, my health, my activity, the motivation, just my enthusiasm every day to be able to get up and just be able to walk. Some things we take for granted. I never had an issue with walking. I just didn't like to walk. As with any person who doesn't do a normal exercise routine or regimen every day, I didn't have time for it. Or at least I thought I didn't have time for it. Diabetes stepped in, high blood pressure stepped in, and then there was no cartilage in my knees, so bad knees stepped in, arthritis stepped in, and it was just like, okay, you got to do something to change. So I made a commitment to myself to do better, and I started the process of getting sleeved. Since surgery, I've only been hospitalized one time, which was 2 weeks after surgery. I became very dehydrated. And because I'm diabetic, they took me off of my insulin too soon. So my numbers dropped drastically. Within the first week of surgery, I lost 35 pounds. I became very dehydrated. And you know it's hard because you can't keep liquids down. You can't barely keep protein down. So it was hard. So once I got that out the way, honestly, I can say I've been doing very well. I haven't had any pain, knock on wood. No more severe dehydration. I do every now and then. I can tell that I'm becoming dehydrated. My iron is low, so my eyes are very dark. But I'm working on it. I'm getting better. I just got my refill for my vitamins. And it's important, if you are going to get the sleeve surgery, please make sure you're taking your vitamins, because it's very, very important. You don't take the pills and things that you're supposed to take, you will see a change. And for me, I was taking everything every day, but my vitamins and my calcium, I wasn't getting enough, because I'm supposed to take 2 in the morning, 2 at night. I was just doing the 1 in the morning because I'm forgetful and I be having so much going on. But I'm back on track, and vow to myself to not fall below that ever again. So I'm just noticing that I'm doing different things more. I'm walking more. I've enrolled in a spin class. Shout out to Cycle Bar. These are things that I never could see myself doing. But I am so happy with the process. I'm starting to see the process. Like, I've went from a size 26 pants down to a 16, 18. Shirts, I always got a 4X because I prefer my shirts to be a little bit more loose fitting. In a women's size, I am in a 2X. Men, I can do a 1 or a 2, depends on who the maker is. I'm getting a lot better. I noticed a lot of changes. The one thing with this surgery, there will be a process where you will want to snack. Hopefully that phase is coming to an end for me because it started to get bad. So I am like, my stomach, I call it Sleepy Wonder. And I'm Sleepy Wonder 2.0. It's more tolerant. It can tolerate a little bit more things. So it was just like, oh, okay, so that sugar didn't bother me. Let's try this. Last week, I had a very bad dumping session. I'll explain dumping to you. Dumping is when your body has more sugar than what it should be consuming. Or at least that's how it was explained to me via the surgeon. With dumping, for me, my mouth got real watery. I had the hiccups real bad. My stomach got very uncomfortable. And it's one of those feelings, kind of like a hangover where you thinking like, if I can just throw up, I'll be okay. Or if I can just do this, I'll be okay. That's what dumping is for me. I can't say what it is for anyone else. I won't diagnose anybody else, but I'll say for me, it was that. So I sat here for a while as my mouth started to fill up with foam. I'm like, I think I'm about to throw up. So I went to the restroom, and sure enough, everything that I consumed, seemed like for that day, came up. Yes, I did feel better afterwards, but it was a lesson to myself to, one, remember you cannot overdo it. The one thing with the sleeve you have to understand is you're healing from the inside out. So although on the outside you may think that you're completely healed, your stomach on the inside is like, not right now. So that was a lesson for me. Since surgery, I've only dumped 2 times. The first time it was a small bite of a piece of watermelon. And I don't know if it was too soon or what it was, but it came right back up. I felt it go down, and I literally felt it walking right back up and out my mouth. And then this very last time, last week or the week before last, whatever day it was. But I'm like, oh yeah, this is not going to work. Can't do this. So, with the new year coming in, you always get that new year, new me. I don't want to be one of those people taken up in a space at gym and I'm not serious about it. So I think this time I am ready. I am serious. And I don't even really want the whole effect of like a personal trainer or anything like that right now. I want to go at it on my own pace. I just want to go treadmill, bike, weights. So I went to Five Below today after spin class. I bought my weights. I think that was the only thing I got because they had a whole bunch of stuff. But, them $5 is just like being at Dollar Tree. It adds up. So, anywho, rewind back to Friday. I had an appointment with weight management. And this was our first physical appointment with each other. It's been televisits or whatever. But basically, my blood pressure has went from the highest before this process was 252 over 118. And now when I went Friday, it was 132 over 89. My bottom number has never been below 100 within the past 10 years. So high blood pressure was really, really, really taking me up out of here, so to speak. And I probably didn't even realize just how much until she said something. My goal, although I did not hit my 250 December 4th, I did hit my goal January 6th. So I am officially 250 pounds. And for somebody looking, they might be like, girl, that's not nothing, or that's not a lot. But to me, it is everything, because when I started this process, January of 2021, I was 352 pounds, the biggest I have ever been. Out of breath, barely able to hold a note. And y'all know I like to sing, whether y'all think I can or not. Karaoke is my thing. But anywho, barely able to hold a note, barely able to catch my breath. Walking upstairs was like torture for me. To the point where if I got to work and the elevator was broken, I was really ready to call off. And I've been there almost 6 years in March. And I'm nervous about that. Okay, because we very rarely hear a police car blurping by our house. I'm hoping it ain't another speed chase because there's been a lot of those lately. But anywho, back on track. I just like walking is like a thing for me now. Like I'll park so far away from the door just to be able to walk to my vehicle or walk to wherever it is that I'm going. It doesn't bother me as much. I'm actually okay with it. I'm exercising more. Like I said, I take a spin class. Today was my second ride. And I think once I order my compression shorts, because that little seat be hurting, I'm going to be cool. I'm going to be all right. I wasn't as winded as I was the very first class. It was actually cool. And like I said, I got my membership for the gym, so I'll be hitting Planet Fitness this week. I just don't have time to play. I have things I got to do. And I'm just trying to be here for my kids and my family. So at the end of the day, what I can say is, if you're going to get the sleeve, go ahead. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. Small steps make big accomplishments. Don't worry about what somebody else is saying. Don't worry about what somebody else is doing. The journey is yours to do what it is that you need to do for yourself. I did this for me. I told everybody 2022 was myself, my wealth, and my health. You have to be selfish. You have to be focused on yourself. And it's not like with me, I have a big heart. I will help anybody. Sometimes I help people with things that I need for myself, but I'm so giving to the point where the cup will be empty and I'm still trying to pour out of it. You can't give something out of an empty cup. And that's me. Sometimes people pull at you and gravitate towards you so much that you don't realize how much they're taking out of you. So 2023, I have to be a little bit more intentional for myself. I have to focus on myself intentionally. Mind my business intentionally. Worry about my business intentionally. Because if I don't, who else will? So I've set a few goals for myself for 2023. One being my husband is vegan, so I'm planning to learn how to cook meals that are inclusive for him and the rest of the household, because he's the vegan, everybody else is not. Learning to do things in moderation, not to be so boisterous and, flamboyant with the attitude and everything. Just focusing on a healthier, happier, wealthier me. I'm looking to perfect and start a podcast because I have things to say. People want to hear what I got to say. I want y'all to hear what I got to say. But I also want your feedback, be it negative, positive. I want you all to help me stay focused, so to speak. I have some things in the works for myself. And I just want to make sure that everything is coming into fruition the proper way. My goal is to finally finalize and get my LLC, all things Sass, for all that I do. Because I'm giving money away, and that ain't a good thing. As much as I like to spend it, I definitely can't afford to be giving anything away. This year I'm going to work on doing an event for my dad, surrounding my dad's death. And as I said previously, I'm just going to put the situation of what happened to rest, because the more you harp on things, you're just still speaking it in your life. And I don't want to manifest that for anybody or for myself at all anymore. I am not my situation. And my goal is to make sure that I live up to that. Excuse me. As far as my household, my goal is to continue to push my children for independence, because as the mom, from being a single mom and being married these past 7 years, it's like I have to learn when to cut the cord, because if you don't, the kids will keep going and going and going and going and going. And by cut the cord, I'm not saying I'm going to do away with them, you know, not help or, you know, if they need it. But I have to make them a little bit more independent and not so dependent on mom, if you understand what I'm saying. As far as family, just getting closer, getting on one accord, and, you know, staying in our lane. You can do stuff and be there for without being the person who, who does everything. Like, I just have to be, like I said, more intentional. So 2023 is more intentional. My motto for this year is, if it does not elevate, I have to terminate. You cannot continue to hold on to other people's shit, so to speak. So that's it. That's me in a nutshell. That's my January beginning. I'll be back at the end of the month for a January wrap up. And I hope that you continue to tune in.